A part of what you do when you finish your project, when you finish your ad campaign, you're going to notice you've got your photograph in place, your headlines in place, all your body copies set in place, any logos that you're bringing in. Um, a big part of being able to share these files with other people like printers, publishers, that kind of stuff that need all the information to make up this ad is you being able to package this ad that would include the InDesign file and all the imagery and typefaces that go along with this file. This is my InDesign file. It's called Exercise 1, but if you notice I have a photograph here. I also have a logo here that I brought in. This is an Illustrator file and this is a Photoshop file. I can see it in my links panel that I have two different links that I need to include with my file. I also want to go through and see that I have got, notice that I've got a couple of different typefaces. I've got my headline face, which is in Garamond 3. I've got my body copy, which is in Helvetica Light. And I've got my subheads, which is in Helvetica Bold. So I need to do more than just simply provide the publisher or the person that's going to produce these ads, place them in the magazine, or whatever the case may be. I need to be able to do more than to just simply send them the InDesign file. I need to be able to include all the linking images that go along with the file, as well as all the typefaces that go along with the file. InDesign has got a very quick and easy way of doing that. It's called packaging. It'll run through a process where it does a pre-flight look at your job. It makes sure that there's nothing missing, there's no missing links, and whatnot. So it'll run a little bit of an exam of your job and then also package it together to share with somebody else. The way you do that is you go under File, go down to Package. You'll get this dialog box that'll pop up. This gives you a little summary of what's going on. It shows that I've got 3 different fonts that I'm using. None of them are missing. We've got all the fonts that we need. I've got 2 different links that are missing. If these links were for some reason RGB instead of CMYK, there would be a little caution mark up here telling me that, hey, if this is a printed job, you need to convert any images. If they're RGB, you need to convert them to CMYK. You do that in Photoshop. It tells me what colors that I'm using, any external plugins, and some of this other information. And you can scroll through here and get a little bit more of some more specific information on the parts of your job, what typefaces are being used, the links that are being used, so forth and so on. Once you've run through this, and it runs through fairly well, if there's no caution marks over here, if there are, you need to go back and make those changes and modifications to your ad. But if there are no caution marks on here, you can hit Package. You need to save the file before you package it. You need to tell it where you want the packaged folder to be. I'm going to put it on my desktop. Give the folder a name. Click Save. You'll get this dialog box, which you can fill this out if you want to. It'll ask for your file name, contact information. This is if you're sending it to an outside publisher, a printer, or something like that. They'll give some contact. They'll have a contact information that they can get a hold of if they have any kind of a problem. You hit Continue. Again, it's gonna ask where you want to put the folder. I want to put it on my case, I want to put it on my desktop. I'm going to hit Package. It'll run through a little bit of process, and what it's doing is it's collecting all the fonts and collecting all the links and collecting the InDesign file and putting them all into nice little package. Now what you end up having, if I can find it here it is right here, Exercise 1. I can double click on this. I have my InDesign file. I have a folder that has all the different fonts that I used. I also have another folder that has all the different links that I use. Here's the JPEG of the violin shot. Here's the Illustrator file. of the DSO logo. So I'm able to collect all those files, put them in a nice little package, and then you want to zip that file. And the way you zip the file is you can either right click or control click on a Mac, or right click on a PC. Go down here and it'll say compress exercise 1 folder. Compress it. I have a compressed file right now, and this is the file that you can upload to your Blackboard page, because I'll be able to unzip this thing and go into, then what I'll end up having is a folder like this, and I can go in and check your document fonts and your links and that kind of stuff. Reason being is the one reason why you want to keep your document fonts with your file is that not everybody has the same fonts that you have. And what happens is if I did not have the document fonts and I try to open the InDesign file, my computer will default to generally it's generally Helvetica or something like that. It'll default to a default font. So if you've got your headline, for instance, set in a really nice, attractive, decorative typeface that you've downloaded or that you have, and you send it to me and I don't have that font, it's going to download it in your headline. It'll appear in that vanilla looking Helvetica. So anyway, you want to make sure you package your files before you send them up, before you set them up to Blackboard, and make sure you zip them. You compress them so they're a little bit easier, a little bit smaller to package. So that is how you package your files. I am going to again take a look at all your ad campaigns. I'll have comments to you before the end of the weekend. The next go around, I will ask that you package each one of your InDesign files, so I'll have the fonts as well as all the links. Okay, that's all we got for today, and contact me if you have any questions.